Hello and welcome to Masquerade Breach, Season 3, Episode 12. This is our final discussion episode for this season. My name's Blazewing.
I'm Marley.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, it worked. And I'm Oceanus Veritas, also known as Cam.
And today we are discussing Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, and there is a lot to talk about, I do believe. But before we get into that, this is our last episode for this season. After this, we go into hiatus and planning mode, and we start planning and plotting out Season 4. And we do apologize, but Krisha could not be here today. Actually, you know what? I think we have our face-off thing at the end of the season that we started last season.
Do we want to do that next?
Yeah, we're going to wait for Krisha to come back for that, I think.
Yeah.
Krisha had fun.
We should for that one.
Krisha had fun leading that one too.
Yeah.
Well, looks like we might actually have one more episode this season. Then I might have lied. That being said, Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. Let's talk about it.
All right. Well, do you want to start us off, Marley, or do you want me to?
Oh, no, I like the way you always start us off because you get us going and then we all just keep piling on.
All right. Oh, what is there to talk about Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter?
What isn't there to talk about?
There is a lot to not talk about, but there is a lot to talk about. So we'll go with what we can go with. First off, if you were expecting a very God-fearing one, it is. It is. It absolutely is. It is a Christian movie of which they did over the course of 2 years that just with, what was it? It was $100,000 budget, I believe is what it was.
Give me one.
And it was weekends over a summer, if I'm not mistaken.
Give me 1 sec. I'm looking into that.
Yeah. Because I believe it was that.
Budget $100,000.
And it was the course of weekends during the summer of 2 years.
So, I'm going to step in here for a sec, just to give our audience a bit of background information on what the fuck this is and what the fuck they just walked into. And then you can pick up again. This is your spoiler warning. If you don't want to hear this, I would suggest scrolling past or moving on and coming back when you've seen this movie.
And don't tell the camera, yeah.
The First Testament says an eye for an eye. The Second Testament says love thy neighbor. The Third Testament kicks ass. The filmmaking team that brought you Harry Knuckles and won Spirit of Slam Dance Prize with Harry Knuckles and the Treasure of the Aztec Mummy ups the ante with this tale of the ultimate action hero, Jesus Christ. The second coming is upon us, and Jesus has returned to Earth. But before he can get down to the serious business of judging the living and the dead, he has to contend with an army of vampires that can walk in the daylight. Combining kung fu action with biblical prophecy and a liberal dose of humor, the film teams the savior with Mexican wrestling hero El Santos against mythological horrors and science gone mad, and also manages to address contemporary sexual politics. And did we mention it's a musical? This sure ain't Sunday school.
This is true. That sums up pretty much the entire movie.
So what it feels like happened was they were in a planning meeting and they all just wrote little ideas on paper, threw them all into a hat, and then said, let's do all of them.
This sort of gave me the vibe of, this is our final, we should do something fun with it.
Actually, I did a bit of digging into it, and the person who directed this film is a legit, movie director. He's got actual titles under his belt. He belongs to, an art gallery or something. I do not think this was a school project, but it has that kind of feel to it.
It definitely has that kind of feel.
It feels like it's related to Velocipaster.
Do I need to grab the titles of his other projects?
Oh, please. I would love to hear about them.
Let this episode be us digging into why this was made instead of what it's about.
Oh my God. While you're doing that,
So
go ahead.
this movie was released in 2001. It is not his oldest or his most recent film. So we have Harry Knuckles and the Treasure of the Aztec Mummy, which was released in 1999. We have this movie, which was released in 2000, Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. In 2008, we had Vampiro, Angel Devil Hero, and in 2009, Smash Cut.
Interesting. So, how to describe this movie, first off? Take Kung Pao.
Go ahead.
Take Kung Pao and slam it with the old 80s Christian Jesus Christ movies that you'd see, that you would give, that your parents would like have you watch, and combine them. Mix that with vulgarity and offense and say, here it is. But
Just
not too much.
A little bit of Jesus Christ Superstar musical in there.
Yeah.
I have 10 words that will sum up this movie. What, and I cannot stress this enough, the actual fuck.
Okay, but at least it tried to stick with the storyline. It just kept adding the most ridiculous things to the storyline.
Oh shit, he's got a number of other films. So we've got Harry Knuckles and the Treasure of the Aztec Mummy, Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, Where's Your Bobber, Harry Knuckles and the Siege of the Leopard Lady, Harry Knuckles and the Pearl Necklace, Bzzz, The Dead Sleep Easy, Vampiro, Angel, Devil, and Hero, Smash Cut, Stripped Naked, Summer's Moon, and his most recent one from 2023, Enter the Drag Dragon.
I feel like we need to understand who the hell Harry Knuckles is first.
Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me go look at the synopsis for that movie. I'm not sure I want to, but...
Why was that the one that we're gonna, like, stick with?
I mean,
Wait.
He definitely has a theme.
He doesn't have an actual description of that movie. Why is my cat meowing? I apologize, guys. That doesn't actually have a description.
Well, kind of back on the subject.
Yeah.
The idea that it's kind of throwing a bunch of things at you at once when it comes to this movie. First off, it starts out with Jesus Christ, with vampires killing I think it was a priest, like draining him or something like that. And then it goes and it fast cuts to Jesus Christ at the ocean praying. And then all of a sudden, he's talking with a father that's one of the pastors, and they're like, oh, there's vampires and whatnot. And then they get attacked. Like, two of the pastors, one has a cool pink mohawk. Just gonna throw that out there, and the whole motorcycle scene at the beginning. They end up all three, including Jesus Christ, fighting off these vampires. Two of them die. Jesus Christ is still there. And he's like, I am now mourning my lost brothers, and then it cuts over to like Jesus Christ walking in on a priest who's smoking a cigarette, because I guess that's a thing, and going, man, these vampires, and it's like crazy, and then like he's like, well, I've got to do something about this, and of course then it's like his like dad and mom come in and bug him, and it feels like a get off my back, mom. And she's like, I'm just looking out for you, son. And of course, then he shaves his head. He gets a ear piercing. He gauges his ears, and then he like starts going into this whole like Spy Who Shagged Me sort of like vibe to it. While you see one guy who's like this Dr. Kevorkian crazy pants guy just going, I can do things with the blood and the body, and he's really creepy.
Can I say, just for a moment, the special effects they had for the body that he was slicing up on the table were like top fucking tier. Those were the best special effects I have ever fucking seen. And by that I mean the shittiest, and it's great.
It is the worst, albeit makes it the best.
I remember something about them like just ripping shit out of that body at one point, or like moving things to the side. And like, I get the distinct impression of chopped up chicken cutlet, but
And then of course, like they jump out, and obviously he's all like dudded up and everything like that. And next thing you know, there's the atheists.
We'll get to that in a second. Marley, did you have anything you wanted to add?
The movie literally just like I said, keeps adding as you're going, because it's like, okay, we have vampires. Like, okay, vampires are a thing. They're a problem in this one. Okay, we need to do something about that. What are we going to do about that? Oh, Jesus comes back. Jesus. But instead of being able to do Jesus things, like snap his fingers and just get rid of the vampires or turn them human, because that is a Jesus thing that would happen. No, Jesus needs to go on an adventure. And this adventure leads to the worst costumes we have ever seen, but some of them were actually kind of sexy. But the worst, when they did that whole dress up montage in the thrift store, I was just like, can we pick a genre, please? Please, I'm begging you. Just pick one.
Let's also not forget, we're like halfway to 3/4 done the movie. New character introductions. Suddenly there's like there's the fucking luchador from Mexico, who's apparently really well known to Jesus and like one of his best buddies. We've never fucking seen him before, but that was like a great time to bring him in. I think it added to the movie.
Yeah, every time you think you know who his sidekick or best character side is, they change it. Because at first I thought it was going to be one of the priests, because he kept hanging out with the priests. Then they do that whole musical number, and I'm like, okay. Then we end up with the lady, and the lady stays with him for a while.
Mary Magnum.
Until she gets.
Yeah, and eventually, because she's gay, so she gets to be a gay vampire, because the other gay vampire was like, hey, sexy. And then also like, I'm going to torture Jesus by biting you. And Jesus is like, ah! And she's like, yum, yum, yum. So then they yum, yum, yum all of their vampire lives away. And then he ends up with a luchador as his best friend. And you're like, well, I don't think that replaces my favorite gay lady, but okay.
I mean, to be fair, who wouldn't want to be a gay vampire?
I mean, I kind of feel like I should be one, but
Can we just broach the subject of where are the lesbians? And then they walk into a place that has like lesbians over the door.
Okay. The fight scene at the end, like, just it never fucking stopped. It kept going.
Because there were two that went for like ever.
We're talking
Scenes that went forever. The atheist fight scene and the bar fight scene.
Well,
But when he got up there and was, what was that style he was doing? The poetry type style?
slam poetry.
Slam poetry with a bit of scat thrown in.
It was like, oh, that is, I know they say Jesus can do everything and anything, but maybe Jesus doesn't do that.
Okay, Ocean, you brought it up. Let's talk about it. The atheists.
It's my favorite scene.
All I gotta say is take atheism if it was like how people think they are in a definitely a fevered dream of a Christian a little bit, and go add clown car.
You guys know that
Add
episode?
clown car.
You guys know that episode of Buffy where you get the guy who's like going on about the cheese?
I didn't see that one.
Okay. So you've got this guy, and like everybody's like stuck in dreams and whatnot. And you've got this guy who just, for some reason, he's just there. He keeps talking about cheese. It's nothing like that. It's completely worse.
Yeah.
Makes absolutely no sense. And it just keeps going. They take the dead horse, they beat the fuck out of it, then they drag it out behind the barn, set it on fire, and then try to use it as a piñata afterwards.
And then afterwards, you're like, bring it back to kick it again.
Okay, but the favorite part was that Jesus literally was just walking with wood, and they came out of nowhere. They're like, "We're the atheists. We will defeat you." And he just drops his wood and is like, "Okay, let's fight." And they Mortal Kombat for a little while. Then they do instant replay of the Mortal Kombat, and then you're like, "Okay, we're done." And then another load of them comes out of the car, and he fights all the Mortal Kombat. Then a bunch more come out, and he's just Mortal Kombating them. And then he goes and picks up his wood and continues his walk like la 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 la.
Mind you, unscathed. Yeah, I mean, he got kicked a couple of times and like thrown around a little bit, but unscathed otherwise. While there's just a pile of bodies all around him, and he goes over, picks up his sticks for staking.
Sandals and a robe. That's impressive. Okay, just saying. The outfit choice for that fight should not have happened. Like, you can roll those up and make them into shorts at least to get some good leverage, but no, Jesus didn't do any of that.
I think they were color coded. Like I don't want to put this on the director, but I think when production was doing it, they were trying to put in all or incorporate different types of other religions. Because at the end, if you remember at the end, they had those two like monks, Shaolin monks, that were going after him. Remember that?
Well, there's also that whole thing where the big like misunderstanding of a lot of people is that atheists are the anti-Christians. And the truth is, they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're literally two separate things. They're not against Christianity.
They just
They're
don't believe
no.
in a God.
Yeah, no.
They believe in the Christian God the same way that Christians believe in Thor.
Or even yeah.
I feel like they were trying to like hit on that misconception, but like in the worst way. Because there would have been a lot of other denominations that would have made that. Like, could you imagine Mormons showing up on their bikes, just riding up to Jesus and being like, "We're not sure about you. Let's test this." Like,
That being said, from a literary aspect, I do actually think there's an underlying lesson here with this movie. Do the best that you can. Try and be a good person. Don't be a fucking dick for the sake of being a dick. There's nothing wrong with being gay. It's not evil. And so long as you're not, ragging on somebody else's beliefs or religion or shoving your religion down their throat, we good.
and if the universe gives you a best friend who happens to be a luchador, take it.
Absolutely. Everybody needs a luchador.
It wasn't like wasn't like the luchador's like assistant, the thing that the one that's like hung out with Jesus afterwards or whatever.
Yeah, he kept like rubbing her butt.
Oh
And she
yeah,
had
that
a big
ass
butt.
grab at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, cheeky.
All right, so now that we've dissected this movie and, you know, ripped it apart, let's get into most hated scene.
God.
Movie. They're all terrible scenes.
Okay. I think I have one that tops it the most. It's when they decide that they're going in spy style. End up going into the whole ventilation shaft and everything. He's like, oh, wait, I think I hear something.
Everyone put them in there. They were so bad.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the worst scenes ever. I'm like, why are they doing this? Why?
Oh god.
Marley?
And anything dealing with the music, I'm sorry. It didn't need to be a musical.
I'd say my worst scene was Jesus at the mic. Let's not do that ever again.
And no
That's-
scatty.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fever dream of my worst nightmares. That's what's gonna happen.
You know what mine was?
What?
The clothing
The whole thing?
montage. Both of them.
The what? The what montage?
The clothing montage. Both of them.
Oh yeah, no, they were terrible. They really were.
My heart. Rude.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the guy in the shop was just a fucking dick.
Really was.
Yeah, least favorite character was guy in shop. He was also
Guy
not
in
the
Also,
acting.
Mary Magnum, really? You named her after a fucking condom?
Yep.
Like, god damn. I was actually invested. So when Jesus and Mary were on the roof fighting the vampires, I was actually fairly invested. When Mary went down and got bit, I was actually kind of pissed. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree.
I was all like, let her have love, and if love is a vampire, let her have it.
Also, I wasn't exactly sober for this movie, so
Yeah.
I don't blame you on that.
Most loved scene.
Okay, so I have two. Both of the fight scenes that never ended.
I thought you said it was the atheists.
Yeah, the atheists are the fight that never
Oh,
ended,
right.
but also this one because they were literally just stabbing vampires with anything and everything they could find. And it was the funniest thing. Jesus and a luchador just throwing things and stabbing and the darts. Like, why the darts? Everything counts in this fight. And you're just like, okay, they're getting inventive. They're getting more inventive than things that are actually in here. Oh, we're going really far out of our way to find things now. Okay, got it. Darts are not going to kill a vampire. We're going to use them anyway? Okay.
Ocean?
I think at the end, when the luchador comes back to him and goes, "You gotta save her, Jesus Christ! You gotta save her for me!" "Oh, all right, I'll do it for you." And he does it. And then he saves the one that he thought he was gonna get with. And she's like, "But I'm a lesbian." "Oh, okay." Was his response. I thought that was actually a good one, and then he ended up with the assistant of the luchador, and they're waving by as the luchador is flying off. I think that's my favorite scene.
Out of everything this movie showed us, I think my favorite scene was Dr. Kevorkian. The fucking body he was ripping the guts out of, and I don't know what the fuck they used for blood. It did not look like blood at all. It looked like a strawberry jam, like a liquidy strawberry jam or some shit. Like did not stick to anything like blood, did not even remotely resemble blood, and I fucking loved that so much because it was just so fucking bad, and it looked like it was done on such a fucking shoestring budget that you can't help but not love it.
Yep. Agreed.
Okay, guys, this is probably gonna be a really short episode. Let's get into ratings. You guys know how this works. What do you got?
Okay. As far as it being a good movie, it's a 1. As far as it being entertaining, though, it's like a 3. So I'm gonna go in between and give it a 2, but also say that I love it enough that I would own it. But as far as like yes, I would make people watch it as a torture. Like,
Hi, I don't like you and you came to visit? Here, I've got a movie for you.
I have done that to people. I have done that to people.
The movies you show people so they don't come back.
Yes. I'm an introvert. I know how to scare them off. But yeah, that's up there with the musical Hair. Like, it ain't happening, okay? But I would own it. And I would watch it, but I'd only use it for torture. So we're giving it a 2.
Ocean?
Oh.
I know what you want to rate it.
All right. So, does this match any lore of any vampire remotely? The fuck no.
Hey, they drink blood.
So do Dark Fae, and you don't see me saying they're vampires. Anyways, would I say this has camp? 100,000%. All camp, all the time. There is no stopping this camp. It is a 5 out of the camp. Entertainment value is so bad, it's kind of good. So bad. It is. It's getting a 1.5 for the entertainment. Overall, what did you expect with $100,000 and 2 years' time for only the weekends of a summer? It was good for the budget. Although they didn't need to make it a musical.
This movie was so bad, parts of it were actually good. Somewhat good. And I do use that word loosely. I had parts that I liked, but most of the movie was just, what the fuck am I watching? And I'm not stoned nearly enough for this. I'm pretty sure they were smoking something in the writing room when they wrote the script for this movie. If there was a script. I'm going to be the odd one out here. I'm giving this movie a 0.5.
No, and that's generous of you.
I'm giving this movie a 0.5. However, to the director, if you happen to be watching this episode, give me 1 second here. One moment. To Lee DeMarbre, if you happen to be watching or listening to this episode, and I don't think you'll ever see it, but if you are, first of all, what the actual fuck? And second, dude, keep on rocking and living your fucking dream. This is a passion project, and you put your heart and fucking soul into it. Kudos, man. Good on ya. I fucking love ya. But what the fuck?
I will point out something also. Blaze, there is one thing that we forgot.
What's that?
The homeless guy that kept prophesizing things. Out of nowhere, just out of the random blue, just, he's coming. He kept just...
You talking about the narrator?
Yeah, the narrator. Oh my gosh.
At the end of we get to the end of the movie, and he's just like in the fucking bushes for some reason. We don't know why. He's off on his own fucking adventure, man. Like he's had a whole fucking tale.
I swear, it reminds me, like, okay, it was like a bunch of improv actors going, yes, and in the writing room.
Marley?
Yeah, I really stick with, I feel like everyone took whatever their idea was, wrote it down, threw it in a hat, and decided to do all of them. All of them.
On that note, this is probably going to be it for this episode. We'll see you guys for the brackets next episode, I believe, when we have hopefully Krisha back. Mm-hmm. Want to thank you for being here for season 3, episode 12 of Masquerade Breach. We hope you've enjoyed at least some of the movies we've watched this season. And I do use some with very strong connotations. For this series, I'm Blazewing. Try that again.
I'm Marley.
There you go.
I said, and I am Oceanus Veritas, also known as Cam.
We'll see you guys next episode, and remember, don't tell the Camarilla. They might make us watch this movie again.
Or they might make us a sequel to watch.
We'll see you guys next episode. Bye.